What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dominate the Books. I'm your host, Keith. Week 6 of the NFL. We're going to go through every game and give you my picks against the spread and who do I think is going to come out victorious in each game. We got another Sunday morning game in London. Got a lot of 1 p.m. games. We're going to go over those, the 4 p.m. games, as well as the Sunday night game. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also, go check out my last video. I'm celebrating hitting 50 subscribers in a little over a month, so I'm actually having a $50 contest giveaway that's going to be for Sunday. But you have to go back and watch that video so you can get all the details and how the contest works and whatnot. So let's get into this. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. First game we got is that Sunday morning game at 9:30. The Jags versus the Bears. Oh, the Jags seem like they play every year over in London. What's the spread on? The spread is this -1 on the Bears side here. It's like 72% of the money is going on the Bears on the money line, 66 on the spread, or 58 on the spread, excuse me. Or 80, what's that? 80% on the spread. No major injuries here. See, Daniel Thomas actually, he's questionable. And look like we got too many big injuries there for the Jaguars. This has the potential, in my opinion, to either be like a trash game or either a blowout game. Both teams are coming off of wins last week. Both quarterbacks look pretty good in those wins as well, especially Caleb Williams. He had probably his best game of the year. You're getting even money on the spread at -110, either way that you go. Over under 44.5. I think the best bet here is to take the Jags on the money line plus 100. So give me the Jags to beat the Bears over there in London, Sunday morning football. All right. Next game up, we got the Arizona Cardinals coming off their big win against the Green Bay Packers, who beat the Rams last week in LA. Green Bay is a -5-point favorite in this game. Scroll down here, see where the money is going. Yep, -5-point favorite. 77% of the money is going towards the Packers, of course, on the money line. 62% is going towards the Cardinals to cover the spread. That's interesting. Let's look at these injuries here. A couple of big names I see for the Packers. Christian Watson, the wide receiver, he's questionable. I think he's been out for the past couple games, so he might play in this game. And the cornerback, Jair Alexander, I believe he's their number one cornerback. He's questionable as well with a groin injury. It looks like anything too significant for the Cardinals here. Like I said, both teams are coming off a big win. For some reason, this feels like a letdown game. I think as long as the Packers can keep James Conner in check and keep him from running wild, they'll be okay. Cardinals surprised everybody with that win last week against the 49ers in San Francisco, but I like the Packers here. So give me the Packers at home minus the 5 points. Next one, we got the 2-3 Indianapolis Colts. My man Joe Flacco visiting the 1-3 Tennessee Titans. And it looks like the Titans are actually the favorite. Yeah, the Titans are the favorite in this game. -2.5. I wonder who's playing quarterback in this game for them. I know Will Levis was banged up. There he is in this little video here. 66% of the money is going on the Colts on the money line. 85% is going towards the Colts as well for them to cover the spread. Over under on this one is 43 points. Jonathan Taylor, wow, he's still out. Josh Downs, the wide receiver, is questionable with a toe, and Michael Pittman is Doubtful with the back. Wow, okay. And then for the Titans, Jamal Adams, the strong safety, is questionable with the hip. Looks like probably only the major most injury for them. Didn't know they were hurt there. I would say give me the Colts in this game. I still like the Colts. Will Levis is just so trash. I mean, I can't trust him. And then their backup is Mason Rudolph. He's a bum too. So give me the Colts on the money line here at plus 120. Next one we got the 4-1 Houston Texans visiting the 1-4 New England Patriots. Texans a 6.5 point favorite on the road here. You got 93% of the money going towards the Texans on the money line, 84% for them to cover the spread. I know Nico Collins is out. Kamari Lassiter, the cornerback, is out. Jimmy Robert Woods, I don't think he's played at all this year, is out as well. KJ Osborne is questionable for the Patriots. And then I also believe Drake May is going to get the start this week over Jacoby Brissett in this game. This also has the feel of kind of a letdown game as well. I definitely think the Texans are going to win this game, but 6.5 points is a lot after they came off of that back and forth game with the Buffalo Bills this last week. You know what? Give me the Patriots minus 6.5 points. Excuse me, plus the 6.5 points against the Texans. Again, I think the Texans are going to win on the money line, but give me the Patriots to cover that spread. Next one. Well, you know what? Let's get this out the way here. My 1-4 Brownies against the 2-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles now been, but it started off as a 9 point spread, but I just read that AJ Brown, the offensive lineman that was out, I think Lane Johnson, and also Devontae Smith is probably going to play as long as he clears concussion protocol. And from what I was reading, it looks like they are. So they got bumped up to a 9.5 point favorite. Look, I love my Browns, but the local media has been going in on the team pretty hard this week, questioning if we should play Jameis Winston and put Deshaun on the bench. Also questioning if Kevin Stefanski should take over or hand over the playing calls to Ken Dorsey and let him call the plays. 95% of the money is going on the Eagles on the money line, 71% for them to cover the spread, over under 43 points in this one. I hate to say it. I was going to say give me the Browns plus the 9 before I read that Devontae and A.J. Brown was coming back, but give me the Eagles. I can see this game playing out the same way last week's game played out when we played the Commanders. So I would love to go with my heart on this one, but still no Nick Chubb. David Njoku still working his way back, so go ahead and give me the Eagles minus 9.5 to beat my Brownies. All right, next one. We got the 3-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off a loss to the who did they play last? The Falcons. I believe they were on a bye week last week. And then the 2-3 Saints is also coming off of a loss. Saints are a home underdog, plus 3.5. Let's see here. We got 69% of the money going on the Bucks to cover or to beat the Saints on the money line. 70% for them to cover that 3.5 point spread. I still got the sniffles, y'all, so I'm sipping on this tea here. Injuries. William Golston, questionable with the knee. Antoine Winfield Jr., questionable with the safety. Excuse me, with the foot. Rashid Shaheed is also questionable with the hip as well. I know Derek Carr went out towards the end of that game that they played. What was that, Monday night, I believe? And they had I think the guy that came in was a rookie. I don't know. The Saints started off like a house of fire. Now they seem to come back to earth. Give me the Baker Mayfield Buccaneers on this one. I'll take the Bucks to cover that 3.5 point spread on the road against the Saints. All right, next one. This is the game I'm looking forward to the most here. 4-1 Washington Commanders going up against the Baltimore Ravens on the road. Ravens are 6.5 point home favorite. 80% of the money is coming in right now on the public for the Ravens to beat the Commanders on the money line. 57%, on the Commanders to cover that 6.5 point spread. Let's take a look at the injuries here. What stands out? Brian Robinson Jr., the running back, is questionable with the knee. I know they have Austin Eckler as a backup, though. And Rashad Bateman is questionable with the groin for the Ravens. This feels like a game where it's time for the Commanders to come back down to earth a little bit. I really like what I've been seeing out of Jaden Reed. I think if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he has Rookie of the Year wrapped up without a doubt. He might even get some votes for MVP. Like this kid, he's the real deal. But yeah, like I said, I think they come back to earth in this one. So give me the Ravens minus the 6.5 on this one. All right, who we got next here? All right, we got the first 4 p.m. game, the 2-2 Chargers versus the 3-2 Denver Broncos. Chargers visiting the Broncos. Broncos a home underdog +3. Excuse me. Excuse me again. +3. And 3 sneezes. Make it 4. Hey. All right. Broncos coming off a win against the Raiders. I believe the Chargers lost their last game to the Kansas City Chiefs. Excuse me. All right, let's take a look at the injuries here. Well, 59% of the money is coming in on the Chargers to beat the Broncos on the money line. 65%. 65% is coming in on the Broncos to cover. Gus Edwards is questionable with the ankle for the Chargers. That looks like the biggest injury there. Everything looks cool on the Broncos side of the ball. Broncos won like 3 games in a row. There's another team just like Washington. I think it's time for them to come back to earth as well. Give me the Chargers minus the 3 on the road to beat the Broncos there in Denver. Next game up, I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit, man, because I'm feeling kind of crazy here, but going to tough it out and get through this. Next game up, we got the Steelers visiting the Raiders. Raiders are a 3-point underdog at home against the Steelers. 90% of the money is coming in on the Steelers to beat the Raiders on the money line. 77% also for the Steelers to cover that 3 points against the Raiders. No real big names as far as star players on the injury report. The Raiders are terrible. I know they beat my Browns, but they are horrible. I don't. Devontae Adams still looking for a trade. The best player they got on offense is their tight end. I believe his name is Brock Browser, but that's pretty much all they got. Gardner Minshew, I think the magic is gone. Give me the Steelers to win and cover that 3-point spread. Another thing I might take a look at in this game is the under 36 and a half points. I think this is going to be one of those prison inmate games that even the people in prison wouldn't want to watch this one. So give me the Steelers to cover, and I'll probably take the under as well. Next game. Oh, there's another good one here. We got the Lions at 3-1 against the 3-2 Cowboys. Cowboys are 3-point underdog against the Lions at home. 77% of the money is coming in on the Lions to beat the Cowboys on the money line. 64% is coming in for the Lions as well to cover that 3-point spread. Let's take a look at the injuries. Over under on this is 52. Wow. Expecting a lot of points scored in this game. So am I. No big names per se on the injury report. Deron Bland, cornerback, he's been out though. He's on the IR. Everybody else looks good. Dak, Jared Goff, CD. I like the Lions in this game. I think the Cowboys, they look, I guess, a little bit better against that game against the Steelers. They almost blew it there at the end with a fumble on the goal line, but luckily I think Dak recovered that ball, and then they scored on the very next play, I believe. The Lions look tough. I remember the game last year. It was like a back and forth game, and I think the coach for the Lions, they went for two to try to win the game, and they missed. And the Cowboys wound up winning that game. But I remember that was a real fun game to watch. But the Lions are tough. I think they might be the team this year to come out the NFC, honestly. And I know they went to the NFC Championship game last year, and they came up a little short against the 49ers, but they might go all the way this year. Give me the Lions minus the 3, and I'll probably take the over in this game as well. Next one up, we got who we got? We got the Atlanta Falcons at 3-2 against the 1-4 Carolina Panthers. Whew. The Panthers are getting 6 points at home. 94% of the money is coming in on the Falcons to cover or to actually win on the money line. And then 89% is coming in on the Falcons as well to cover the spread. 47 is the over-under number on this one. Only big name I see on the injury report is the wide receiver for the Panthers, Deontay Johnson. He's questionable with an ankle. Both teams coming off of losses. Who did the Falcons play last? I believe. No, they actually won. They beat the Buccaneers. Yeah, that's right. They beat the Bucs in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I just don't like Kirk Cousins on the road. They've been winning their games, but they've been close games, and those games have been at home. Panthers, I would never just like bet straight up on the Panthers, but for whatever reason, this game feels like a letdown game as well. I'm going to take the Panthers plus the 6 to not to beat the Panthers, not to beat the Falcons, but I'm going to take the Panthers plus the points in this one. And then the next game we got here is the Sunday night game. This is a good one. We are going to have the Bengals at 1-4. I can't believe the Bengals are 1-4 against the Giants at 2-3. Giants look pretty good in that last game last week. They beat the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks struggling, man. They lost again last night to the 49ers. That was a pretty good game. The Bengals had a really good game against the Ravens as well. They probably should have won that game, but Lamar Jackson and just started going crazy. Went to overtime. Henry had that big run down the sideline, got him in field goal range, and they won it over there. There it is right there in the highlights. 92% of the money is coming in on Cincy on the money line, 86% for them to cover the spread. Let's take a look here at the injury report. Malik Neighbors is out with a concussion. That's a big one. Then we got Chase Brown. He's questionable. He's the backup running back for the Bengals. Good change of pace running back. I like him a lot. Uh, I didn't know that my man, what's his name, Malik Neighbors was out with an injury. I think he was out actually last week too. And Darius Slayton and the rest of that wide receiver crew stepped up. But Bengals coming off that tough loss, I'm sure they're looking for some get back. It seems like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins have found their rhythm. I also like that other receiver that they have too, number 80. I forgot his name. He has a weird last name, starts with an I or something. But give me the Bengals in this one to beat the Giants at home, and I'm going to take them to cover that spread at minus 3.5. I think they probably beat the Giants by a touchdown or more in this one. So we're going to wrap it up there. I'll be back tomorrow with another video to give you my player props, best bets, um, and also parlays for these games that we just covered as well. And then after that, we're going to take a look at the Monday night game. Who we got on Monday night? Buffalo and the Jets. Jets just fired their coach the other day, so that's going to be an interesting game. And Josh Allen went out with a questionable concussion. They're saying they don't know if he should even came back in that game, but we'll cover that as well on Sunday. But thanks again for tuning in again. Don't forget to go check out that last video to participate in the contest giveaway for Sunday's game. It's an anytime touchdown contest, but all the details in that video. I'm about to go drink me some Gatorade and lemonade and drink the rest of this tea. Thanks again for tuning in as always. Peace.